And we're live, and this is the Wood, where you get what, Miss Raisin?
Wood, it's so good.
That is a fact. It is Tuesday, and we're joined by the curly-headed freak himself, Cobain of Darkness.
Yeah, I guess I am quite a freak.
Yeah, and the wannabe scholar, intellectual.
Wannabe.
Yeah, wannabe. Red Eye.
What? Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Hi. Gonna get a doctorate in something or other. I don't know. We'll see.
I fooled you there, John Morgan.
I'm gonna go back to school for probably take me a year, get a PhD, just so you have to call me Dr. Morgan.
I would never call you that, ever. But you know, that is the thing that always tickles me about. It's like how certain people in certain professions, if you don't call them like Dr. Smith, they get upset.
I know lawyers technically on paper are doctors, so you have to refer to them as doctor if you're in a particular
a lawyer.
I
I never heard that.
Yeah, but
I have to. I actually have to do anything.
Yeah. Well, I know they call it a counselor, not doctor. They call them counselors.
Well, it's considered taboo amongst lawyers to call themselves doctors, but they are technically on paper. Law degree does give you the title doctor. But I work for the government, so when I'm working with lawyers that work for the city and stuff, you have to technically call them doctor.
You know who the world's worst at what profession? If you don't call them by the name is chefs. They get really pissed off.
Well, I can see that to some extent, how there's some pride into the work, and
I get it too. But I call you chef when you're at work. If I see you at Walmart and hey chef, I'm like, what's up, Tony? How you doing? You're fucking Walmart. You ain't cooking shit at Walmart.
Yeah, that's crazy. The only people I've ever met that corrected me with that they wanted to be called doctor, two were art historians that got a doctorate in art history.
Oh God!
The only reason you want me to say that is because that's the only thing it's damn good for.
Yeah, I know. Usually people who are medical doctors or they're actual PhD doctors, they usually don't want people to in a casual setting call them doctor. But then there are people that are very pedantic about it. When you work for the government, they will freak out if you don't call people by the proper title.
I can understand if you're at work, right? If you're in the setting where they need to be called, I get that.
Yeah, if I'm at work and I'm dealing with a client, absolutely, I'll give them the respect that they have on for. But
when you're in a private setting, what the hell is for? I mean, separate your. I always think about the episode of Seinfeld with the maestro. You remember that episode? Okay, guess not.
I've not seen a bunch of
Yeah,
them.
I do.
Yeah, I figured Red Eye's seen it. It's a good show. It's a good episode. Yeah, anyways. I tell you, I'm watching a very good show right now, John Morgan, that you should watch when you get to Bosch on Amazon Prime.
I haven't seen it.
It is excellent. If you ever watched The Wire,
yes, it takes place.
You like The Wire? Well, it's the same people who created that show created Bosch, and there's quite a few actors that was in The Wire. It's in Bosch too. So
yeah, I just started watching Mr. Robot. Have you ever seen that?
Good show, but it is. Yeah. But I didn't.
Don't spoil anything. I've only seen.
No, I didn't get to see the last season. I didn't get to see the last season, so I don't know what happened.
I've only seen the first couple episodes, so
it's really good. It's weird, but once it starts out, okay, you're thinking okay, what the fuck is really going on here? Because you know something is up, right? You know something's up, and then it happens. You're like, oh fuck, he brain fucked me for a moment there. So it's decent, and he's a really good actor too, by the way. He's the one that he won the Academy Award for Best Actor playing Queen. Fred what's his name?
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. Yeah, Freddie Mercury. He played Freddie Mercury in the movie about them. So it was a good job.
And what about Stranger Things season 4 is coming out pretty soon.
I hope it's better than the last season.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that last season. Like
I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely thought the previous 2 were better, but I still enjoyed it.
It's hard to top season 1. Hard to. Because I'll tell you who made season 2 so dang good was what's Sean Ashton.
Well, I think the one PI dude or journalist, like he looks kind of like Two Guns. I like his character. I think his character's fun. And then kind of like in season 2, like Steve, like the older kid. I like how like he was with the one kid Dustin, and Dustin didn't.
Oh, they're a great duo. That's a great duo. It was a great duo.
But I like how he's like the only child out of all the kids, and he doesn't have a father. And I like how he kind of has like he's like this older sibling.
Yeah, because he was like the dick at the beginning of the first season, right? But then he became kind of the hero, and especially in the second season, you know, he took, like you said, he took up with that kid, and they were a great pairing there too. Great pairing. So yeah, I agree. I liked it. I like the show a lot. I think it does a really good job at giving you the 80s setting, because I know that you and Dirt was not in the 80s.
Yeah.
But me, Raisin, and Red Eye was. And I really enjoy watching movies that make you feel, okay, this feels like the 80s. Like, what's that film where...
That's the closest I get that feeling.
Nostalgia.
Sort of watching something like Gremlins or Weird Science, like actually watching an 80s movie.
Exactly.
That's the only new thing I've ever seen that actually nailed the hell out of that.
It nailed it. It nailed it. It hit it. It did it really well. But there is
posters, the T-shirts, everything was on.
It feels like the 80s. It really does. It feels like you're watching like the Goonies and shit like that. And
but also, like, it wouldn't be able to work at all, like, if this kind of plot was set, like, in modern times, because, like, now there's the internet, cameras are everywhere. There's so many elements of this kind of story where it's, like, the kind of, like, strange things happen in a small town.
Yeah.
The narrative can't really work nowadays.
Well, that's why a lot of times they do set, like, horror movies or science fiction movies back in different, in the past, because of technology. It wouldn't make sense in this technology world.
That's actually one of the reasons why I like going back and just watching older movies in general, because it was set in that time period, or it was actually made in that time period. So the technological limitations and everything.
That's why this show is kind of neat, because like she said, like Raisin said, you
get all the modern technology for the screenshots and the monsters and the lights and everything, but you get that old school feeling without having the dated video.
And one of the things that I remember when I first watched the first season was when they were in the arcade. That was like an 80s arcade.
Yeah.
Arcades.
It felt like an 80s arcade. I remember when I was a little kid.
In the mall, they had an arcade.
Yeah, going to the arcade, that felt like an arcade. It felt like the 80s arcades. I was like, that felt real. So I
remember when I was a kid, there was an arcade mall when I was 5.
Yeah.
But I also like the amount of like CG they use. They use the right amount of CG. They don't overdo it.
No, they don't overdo it. They make it look. I hate when movies and shows put an explosion in there for just an explosion.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
With that old feel, without shoving the monster stuff in your face, like you got the mystery and you got to be scared of it, and
you get to And then it's a very nice little cast. Those kids can act.
Yeah, they really pulled together a cast of really talented kids, because I don't think any of them had a name before that show.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
They certainly will when it's over. You'll see them everywhere, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, you're already seeing her everywhere. She's kind of 11's kind of the, and I think Dustin, like John mentioned Dustin, I think Dustin's cool as hell. He's a good, that's a cool kid.
No, but one of them was in it. I remember that.
And the main boy star, he was recently in the new Ghostbusters movie.
I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen it either, but I know he was in it. not the female one. There was
Yeah.
actually a new Ghostbusters movie that kind of it was kids. I don't understand what it was about. I don't know the plot. Don't know
People,
nothing about
nobody
it.
talked about it.
No, I was just to say nobody talked about it after it came out.
Yeah.
So
I haven't heard one word about that.
I didn't
shit.
hear negative or positive. I didn't hear nothing.
Everyone was talking about the one Ghostbusters movie with the all-female cast.
I never seen it.
Yeah.
I never.
I think that's what happened. Every time somebody brings up that there's a new Ghostbusters, people assume they're talking about that and dismiss it out of hand.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
That movie was really like, if you like Scooby-Doo, that movie was for you. Otherwise, it was trash.
I didn't see it. I can't give an opinion on it.
I watched it just to be able to have an opinion on it because I wanted to see, like, is it really that bad? Is it funny? It really, like...
Well, we've been
Like
going
the
for 10
live
minutes and
action
nobody's
Scooby-Doo.
spoken in the chat room.
Wow.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, there's people in there because the counter's wrong.
My God.
Whatever, dude.
Speak up for yourselves.
And now it's showing no viewers. I don't know. YouTube's probably not sharing. I don't know what the fuck is that, man.
I think there's a couple other folks streaming.
Probably.
So DP should be ending now, right?
Well, they'll be in about another hour. I don't know. It sucks. I hate YouTube anymore. But yeah, I really do hate YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, it is kind of annoying because one of the things I've been using Restream, so I've been streaming out to like 20 different platforms, and YouTube's the only one where you get copyright after copyright. You'll have it taken down like in the middle of the stream and stuff, and I don't know. It's they definitely need to go about reworking the algorithms and everything.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's what it is, bro. I mean,
Look, YouTube's Bungie, who made some pretty big games in their time, were getting false copyright claims on all their shit, and YouTube basically making it really hard for them to fight it, even though it's obviously their Bungie shit. And Bungie aren't happy. So we might actually see YouTube do something now that a decent sized corporation that's hooked up to Microsoft by an umbilical cord may fucking do something about it, you know? Finally, because the weaponized system that they've created is just so fucking broken. It's not funny. There's another YouTuber by the name of Sid Alpha who's currently being sued by some random YouTuber for millions of dollars. And this dude has had to raise 15 grand to get a retainer for a lawyer. The dude that's fucking issuing all these fucking bullshit claims, you know how much money he spent? Nothing. Representing himself.
But Mickey Richards says I look like Lord Farquaad. It's not very nice, Mickey. Wasn't Lord Farquaad, wasn't he supposed to be like a little person or a dwarf? I mean,
I think, yeah.
I think I'm probably a bit too large. My hair's like shiny blonde, like dirty blonde. Didn't he have like black hair?
oh my god.
Maybe if me and John had a baby, it would look like Lord Farquaad. If it was a
Oh my goodness.
Lord Fart Squash.
fart squad.
Actually, I saw a really interesting video that you'd kind of relate to, boss. Now, when you got your glasses recently, you had to go for an eye test at an optometrist, right? And sit down and Well, guess what?
What?
An optometrist was at work one day, and one of his patients basically had to take an entire day off work, travel around, to spend 5 minutes with this guy. And she just said, can't you do this over the internet? And so he sat down with some people and he developed an eye test that you can do over the internet, as long as you answer, and none of the you have to take a questionnaire, and if any of the questionnaires make it look like you've got to get some physical, like go to a doctor, it'll just say go straight to the doctor. But if you pass this little questionnaire, it will let you take the eye test with a smartphone and your fucking computer. And this guy did it, and it came up with the exact same prescription that he just got from an optometrist. Now, here's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Optometrist organizations all over America are trying to block this shit at a state level because they say it's dangerous, blah, blah, blah. Nah, it's not dangerous. This costs $50 a visit to your optometrist just to get that fucking test. That test is $90. Right?
Wait, now, is it that much like in Australia or countries with like universal healthcare?
Well,
Or
I
just
can waltz into an optometrist once every 2 years and get a free set of reading glasses that from a very narrow collection of frames, which are all designed in about 1942, and they're all tortoiseshell. Or you get the ones from like Michael Douglas in when he went ape shit and went postal that day, just defense, nice black rimmed ones. But yeah, we get free glasses once every 2 years. I just pay for frames that don't look like shit.
My damn leg.
Yeah, they always get you on frames.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
know,
state government thing, not a federal government thing.
And the add-on thing is like if you want it to be scratch resistant or glare or
The glare, the
yeah,
fucking
the
scratch.
polarized.
The scratch resistant thing costs a shitload too.
Yep, so does polarized. But
I
when
know,
I get the script sunglasses, man, I have to have them polarized for driving.
Yeah, a lot of countries that have like universal healthcare, they also make you pay for, or they'll still have you pay for dental.
Oh,
And
fuck yeah.
yeah,
Well,
which
I technically don't have to. I choose to do so because I'm far more comfortable going to the dentist that I've been going to since I was a teenager than going down to the local freebie one. And look, if I get stuck, I'll go to the free clinic. But yeah, like when people have got those drills, you can make a tooth explode pretty fucking quickly with one of those drills if you fuck up. So
Yep.
I'll trust the dude that's been doing it for a couple of decades now and knows that I'm a needle phobic pussy. So he basically says, "Look over there," and then jabs me. So it's like slightly less traumatic.
You should do what I do. That's why I go to my same dentist because the dentist lets me have the gas. But I tell him, I'm like, I don't want the gas while I'm having you do the work. I want to know what's going on, but I will inhale while they're sticking those needles in my mouth. As soon as he's done with the needles, though, I'm like, you can turn that off and take it off of me now.
I'm not allowed near the gas anymore because I may have been caught fucking huffing it like the big bad wolf.
You are naughty.
And when I mean huffing it like the big bad wolf, I mean as soon as he stepped out of that room, I'd basically just grab the mask and I'd go pull it up and just exhale until my lungs nearly collapsed, and then just go and inflate
See, I'm
them
the
until
total opposite. My dentist is always like, breathe through your nose. I'm like,
Here's the thing about this shit. I ask questions. So the mixture is now, if I get the numbers backwards, please forgive me, but I think it's 3 liters of oxygen and a liter of nitrous oxide will not kill you. It will fuck your shit up though. Right?
Yeah, they mix it.
They mix it so if something happens and they walk out of the room, forget about you for 10 minutes. The worst I'll come back to is what happened to me was I got to tell you about this story. So I huffed this shit so fucking hard, right? I'm just like going
the reverse dragon on the nitrous.
and I am doing this. He's out of the room for like 10 minutes because he's waiting for the local to kick in. So I am fucked up after about 2 minutes. I have never been this fucked up. It got to the point where I was so fucked up. There was this moment in time I ceased to think. I was just a lump of meat in a fucking chair.
Oh my God, I would love to hear your voice when you...
Right? There was nothing. I was... As an entity, I had ceased to exist for this finite, brief moment, and the dentist walked back in, and he's walked in, and I'm not breathing, so I've just like got a big lungful of this shit, and I'm letting it soak into my blood. He's come in, he's just gone, Steve, and he starts poking me, yeah, I'm cool, man. And he's just going, you're never having that. No, he just took it straight off my nose. He just looked at me and went, no.
You just doxed yourself.
I don't care.
You just said your name was William.
Yeah, well, you've said it before too.
What was his name again?
His name is Bret Hart.
No, but yeah, when I got my wisdom teeth,
no, dude, the dentist was not happy with me. He was so pissed because, like, I got so fucked up on this shit.
He looked at his tank and it was on E.
It was. Look, if it wasn't set to that minimum safe fucking setting, I'm pretty sure I would have died. It would have, and what a way to go, because it's just like you just fade out. It's just like, oh.
No, but
Jesus.
Yeah, when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, they gave me like opium afterwards, and on like besides the opium, like there were a few times I got prescription like these like steroid tablets for like migraine.
Did you just say opium?
Yum yum.
Opium.
Yum.
But
Gene's
yeah, like I got into this car accident a few years back, and I've had this like headache that hasn't gone away. And there's only been like 5 or 6 times in the last like several years where I haven't had that head pain. And it was when I was on opium and steroid tablets.
Wait a minute, you have a headache constantly in your life, all the time?
That explains
I've had this headache on the left side of my head that's been ongoing.
That would drive me crazy.
It is pretty fucking annoying. And I think it's like I kind of damaged my jaw or whatever, so I had this issue of like bruxism and stuff, and I think and whenever I have like seizures, I bite down. So yeah, I really fucked myself up. Yeah, I have really bad TMJ.
I've got it too from like really just clenching the jaw, and apparently I just took my son to the doctor today. He possibly already before he's 3 has TMJ from grinding his damn teeth.
Wow.
He was sticking his finger in his ear. I thought he had an ear infection, so he went in today and nothing wrong with his ear. So they think it might be his jaw.
Have you tried marijuana?
Teeth in half.
No, he hasn't.
Magical cure-all. Try marijuana today.
Well, see,
He's having jaw pressure.
Give him weed.
Yeah, no, I recommend nitrous oxide.
It was our holiday. Dirt. Are we doing anything tomorrow for our holiday? Red? What are we doing for the holiday?
420 tomorrow.
Well, I say we go straight to the closest nitrous oxide factory and hook ourselves the fuck up. Get some tanks on some walkers and start cruising. So
Real
gas.
We should watch a movie or something.
You should watch my balls.
Yeah, are you going to show them?
Yeah.
Will you juggle them like David Bowie?
I can't do that.
Neither can he. Could you get somebody else to come in and just juggle them for you, and we'll angle the shot right so it looks like you're doing it?
Yeah.
All right.
So
now my thing.
Well, hold on. My plan for America is, you know, that Nick Avocado dude who used to play violin. He was thin and nice, and then he turned into the dude that mukbanged, and now he's like a I don't know what you'd call Nick. He's successful on YouTube. I'm trying to be nice. This is very hard, by the way, being nice. It's very alien. But I want to do the basically my version of Nick Avocado. But if I travel to America, I want to walk in weighing about 70 kilos and fly out at about 250 kilos.
Yeah, he's big on. He does a lot of TikTok shit too, Nick Avocado.
Oh, dude, guy.
He's fucking. I can't stand him. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's a talented musician. Apparently, he could really play, and then that happened, and it's like, life choices are important sometimes, kids.
He went from like really like a skinny dude into they got into mukbanging, and now he's like really overweight, and he's like crazy.
Here's the sad reality for Nick. He's got a few years left in him at this rate. If he keeps doing what he's doing at the rate he's doing it, it's not going to fucking end well for the poor bastard. And I hope he can get back towards the music because, like I said, dude was pretty talented from what I understand. He could play. So, but looking at him now, you wouldn't pick that. It's just like, oh my, wow, it's like Jabba the Hutt, but kind of worse. Because he's got access to McDonald's. And apparently they home deliver. And that's real bad. It's like, that could be the fucking downfall of humanity was fast food being home delivered. It's like, thanks Uber Eats, you motherfuckers. You've killed us. You've killed us all.
I got rid of all that on my phone. I did have Uber Eats, and I'm like, nah, I don't want this.
Well, I've got them, and I have used them. I mean, not Uber Eats, but like DoorDash. And like that.
Dude, new takeaway shops open just near me. It's called Bestie's Takeaway. Check this shit out.
Hey, pretty
They
lady.
got burgers. They got burgers for $7, plain burger. They got the Works burger
I should turn that
for
down.
$8.50 and a steak burger for $11. You can get a fucking bit of steak and a burger. Oh fuck yeah!
I live in a small town compared to a lot of other people, but we actually got a Mr. Beast burger now, a joint. We got Mr. Beast restaurant here.
Mr. Beast restaurant?
Yeah, you know Mr. Beast is, right?
That's the person you were talking about? The person who like buys things for people?
Yeah, he's a big content creator.
He's got a fast food franchise?
Yeah, he started up a fast food joint.
What? Oh, he's a smart bastard. Seriously, if you've got money to pour into a business, you can make a successful franchise by.
Well, what he does,
selling
this is
decent
cool.
food.
This is how he does it. He rents out other people's restaurants and does it like when they're off hours, like when they're not like. But now he's took over. He's basically took over this little restaurant here in my town called Latham's, which is like one of our most famous places. But I guess he just took over the fucking thing because it's just delivery and takeout too. Like I was like shocked the other day when I opened up my DoorDash and I seen Mr. Beast burgers. I was like, what the fuck?
Are they any good?
I haven't eaten it yet. I don't know. I haven't. I'm planning on trying it though, just to see. But to tell you something else, he did it was pretty fucking smart in his He's a marketing genius, by the way. He did the whole He's doing the whole Willy Wonka thing with the golden ticket and the candy bars.
Nice.
He started his own chocolate bar company, and now if you get this golden ticket, you win like $1 million or whatever.
Yeah, see, that's good. The dude's a fucking good marketer.
Oh, he is.
Like, I'm not sub to his channel, but every now and again you'll see one of his vids pop up. And one of the favorite ones I saw is when he said he'd sign all of these T-shirts, and he had to get a fucking crew of people. Like, he signed tens of thousands of T-shirts for fans, like legit. Yeah. And he filmed himself doing it over a couple of days.
I've just heard of this dude now.
Yeah, this poor dude's shoulder blew out. Basically, he signed that many fucking signatures.
He's one of the most famous YouTubers.
Backs up. He's not one of those dudes that says, "Oh, I'm going to give you a car and then lease
he
a car."
does. He actually bought an island and then gave it away.
Yeah, he's got some serious sponsorship behind him. Like there'd be some big companies backing up and funding all of this.
And he started several companies. He started a chocolate bar company, which I thought was brilliant. And but it's like come to marketing, people want to hate on them, but the Paul brothers are fucking marketing geniuses.
I didn't even know that Beast Burger was a thing, and I've got 3 of them within a 20-minute driving distance.
Yeah, Beast Burger's a thing, and they got it's like the smash meat burgers and stuff. They've got patty melts, and I think they even got the Impossible burgers too.
I can't stomach fast food.
Well, I didn't ask you, get it, goddammit.
Well, fast food's not good for you.
It's tasty.
But it
I will slap the oatmeal out your ass.
Usually, I like to eat at more like like finer eating establishments,
which is fucking fattening foods too. It's just more expensive.
Yeah. Just wanted to touch on a certain Paul brother. Not that much of a genius because it looks like he's being investigated for a series of dodgy crypto projects and rug pulls that may have netted him about $2.2 million.
Which one?
Jake.
Okay, Jake.
Sounds like some pump and dumps there.
Actually, Logan's the one I would give more credit to. Like, is more of a marketing guy because, he started his own fucking water game. He's doing quite well with it too. That Prime stuff. Sports drink, whatever it's called. But he was actually in a fucking WrestleMania match the other night.
Jesus,
fucking mania, and people are saying how good he was which actually I checked it out. He didn't do bad. He actually was pretty good.
Yeah.
But
if you want to check out the Jake Paul thing, there's a channel on YouTube called Coffeezilla, and the dude does really good investigative stuff. And
I think you mean Coffee.
Nah, Coffeezilla.
Coffee.
Yeah, and just there's one saying that I've learned from these dudes is like the blockchain does not lie, and it's like, ooh. So yeah, there's some pretty decent. There's enough evidence that there is now an investigation into seeing whether he was part of the NFT and crypto scams, and if he was,
that's what's up. I got a warning there. I got a TikTok warning that I've had too many content violations and some shit, so I need to calm down, basically. But here's the deal. They gave it to me because one of my videos from, I think, yesterday it got flagged. I appealed it, and just a few minutes before the show started, I won my appeal. So I noticed that the warning went away. So
it's fair game again.
Yeah. But I do need, like, it's weird, dude. Well, the video that got taken away, though, it's crazy. It pissed me off because they didn't take the original video that I reacted to. And I literally don't even say anything at all. All I do is make a face. What it is he's petting his dog's belly, I guess. But I swear to God, it looks like he's jerking the dog off. And everybody, and I just make this like 4 minutes ago, and it got like 60-something thousand views, and boom, we got. But I also did a video yesterday. I did another viral video, 268,000 views so far.
Nice.
But 61,000 followers, by the way, too. So if you do follow me on TikTok, thank you guys for getting me there. So I'm getting close to my 100,000.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if I make it to 1 million followers, will I shave my beard? I said no.
Well, I've nearly got 20 followers on Twitch.
There you go. It's good though. I think Shabisky's almost finally at 1,000, so he can go live on TikTok once he reaches that.
Yeah,
so
he said that earlier. Yeah,
that's good for him, bro. But I got like over 61,000, like 60,000 more people than he's got. I'm just saying, like 60,000 more. That's a lot more, by the way. It's a lot more.
That's nothing. I had 3
That's
people.
That's a lot more than what he's got.
Wait to check this out. I had 3 people chatting in my Twitch chat at the same time. That's pretty close to 1 million people.
By the way, if you don't know, me and Shabisky is cool. We kind of there's nothing there anymore. There's nothing, no kind of drama there, none whatsoever. I wish Shabisky the absolute best. Only thing I ever said about him leaving the show was I wish he'd gave me a little bit further out notice. That was it. That was the only thing I ever said.
What's that?
I hope
I said that you suck as a human being, John.
That's not nice.
You're just pissed off that you found out that I know more about movies than you do.
Wow.
That was
you
a
do.
stab.
I don't really care.
And now you don't care.
Well, I usually don't care about that kind of stuff.
Bullshit is how you talk about the son of a bitch.
I like movies, but I don't care if other people know more about movies.
How are you and Dirt in the exact same spot, but you're not even beside each other?
It's what do they call it? Bridge theory.
I just noticed that you had his apartment in your background.
It's just quantum physics, and they're just sort of in opposite superpositions. That's all.
I love that show, Quantum Leap. It was awesome.
That was one of the best.
We did a.
Ended.
We were watching some of that.
The last episode was absolutely fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Jesus and Lost in Time.
Well, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. We watched like one episode of it as like a movie commentary for.
Yeah, we watched 2.
Two. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, that's right. I was like, okay, what about the episode when he wakes up as Hitler? That's what I want to see.
That episode didn't happen.
I know.
Yeah, we got all these like old like 80 shows that or before our time that we're gonna do commentaries on.
But now I would watch it. Y'all are watching from the beginning right on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it gets way better than the first couple episodes.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
Well, I loved it.
There's a couple of episodes where they basically tackle fucking some serious racism issues fucking head on.
Yeah,
head on. They don't fucking pussyfoot about. They fucking dive in deep. And for that era, it was a pretty fucking out there episode. Like
they touched on a lot of shit though.
Yeah.
They touched on homophobia. They touched on
everything.
He leaped into a Down syndrome kid at one of them.
Yep. I remember that episode really well. Look, there was some concepts and some stuff that they touched upon on those shows that made people fucking think, and that's what sci-fi is a good vehicle to do, is stuff that you can't usually do in daytime TV.
But I'm afraid some of those episodes now, the woke culture would try to cancel.
Of course they would.
Especially like the episode where he actually leaped into a kid with Down syndrome and stuff. I feel like the woke culture would be like, oh no, that's horrible. But it wasn't making fun of anything. I mean, it made the kid a hero actually.
Yep.
But anyways, it's a good show. I like the show where he also leaped into a fucking chimpanzee. You remember that fucking show? He leaped into a damn chimp, which was weird. He also leaped into didn't he leap into like a murderer or something in one episode?
He's
I
been
think
a
one
chick
of
a
my
couple times,
favorites.
wasn't he?
No, I'm putting a murderer. He was like a killer, like a serial killer. He leaped into like a bad person.
Yeah, the first episode, the one we saw, he leaped into a pilot.
Yeah.
And then the second one, he leaped
Baseball
into like
player.
Yep.
I remember the second episode very well. Because,
What about when the roles were reversed and somehow fucking Dr. Beckett ended up back at the thing, and mate, who was usually just projected, he got projected into the body instead. So there was one episode where he was running around on the ground and fucking Dr. Beckett was the holographic fucking assistant. It was like, that was a good episode too. Like
Al made the show.
Yeah, I stand by the statement that the way they ended it, and I'm not spoiling it,
stupid.
I was fucking appalled, and they could have done it so much better.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
So why did you do it like that? It's like because they got cancelled by a studio, obviously.
Yeah, but it was a whole different show. It was like different. Like the writers just killed themselves, and the new cast people can be wrote for the show. It was stupid.
Oh, you know what show is really good that you guys probably haven't seen? The Greatest American Hero.
Which would be John Morgan.
That show, if you're not familiar with it, was about a guy that come across this suit that was basically given to us by aliens, but he lost the instruction manual. So he had no fucking idea on how to work it, and he basically had to bumble his way through it to work out what this suit could do. And he could, instead of flying very gracefully like Superman, every time he'd take off, he'd look like they just rigged it so he'd look really awkward and fucking gammy, and when he'd land, he'd just smash into shit. And I found out too, there was a spin-off one where there was a female version of The Greatest American Hero, but I've never seen it. I don't know if it was just a special or whatever.
I'm gonna tell you a show I was into, and a lot of people didn't like it, but I don't give a fuck because I liked it. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
That was actually a decent show.
It was good.
My mom liked it more than I did, but it was a decent show.
It was a good show.
Yeah, some of the shows Dirt and I are thinking of doing some commentaries on the Incredible Hulk show, the live action one.
Very good.
The original one?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
an
the original was
awesome
good.
I saw it
show.
That's the
once.
best Hulk there ever was, other than maybe
Yes.
the cartoon stuff.
I saw it once when I was in high school and we first got Netflix.
Awesome show, dude. We were talking about
Yeah.
that the other night. Me and Raiden were. I love that fucking show.
That was the best interpret as far as any live action Hulk. That was absolutely hands down my
And
favorite
the
one.
intro always made me sad.
It's a very sad intro. Oh,
I can play that song
It's a
on
sad
the-
ass intro.
Yeah, I
but
can
he's
play
just
that song on the
walking.
piano.
He's walking down the road, and that music.
It's all sad music.
Yeah, it's like fuck, dude.
And apparently that show was the first show that had a what is it, Stan Lee. It had a Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think
I didn't know that.
they
I'll have to
were
check it out.
pretty they were pretty inventive, where it's like how you would think, like, how would you do like the Incredible Hulk without CG and stuff like that, and they actually found it.
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno. I've actually got a book from 1979 that's got all images from the TV show, and it's got Lou in and out
Awesome
of costume.
show.
And
I thought that was just an awesome show, though. Well done, well written episodes too. It was really good. It was a really good show.
The writing is
Whoever
what
had
sold it.
Yeah.
well, whoever voiced the Hulk had the best gig in Hollywood, because their whole gig was.
Yeah. But what, I don't know the guy's name who played. Was it David Banner? Was it?
I forget his name, but yeah.
That's the character's name.
Yeah, to me, I don't know the actor's name who played the character.
Let's see.
But he did very.
Bruce
It
someone?
was
What about
very
the,
good, very good actor in that movie. In
The
that
$6 Million Man.
Oh, fucking.
I haven't seen
Glenn
that at all.
Majors. What? I had a $6 Million Man
Bill
fucking
Bixby.
action doll, dude.
Yeah.
Bill Bixby.
Bill
that's
Bixby, okay. Yeah, the $6 Million Man was pretty awesome, though.
Lee
Back
Majors
then.
was a stuntman,
Yeah.
and he became an actor. He was at first a stuntman. And what was the fucking show he did with his missus for a while there? And it was just basically all about stunt work.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the name of the fucking thing.
Yeah, but that was actually a decent show. Though. I like $6 Million Man.
It
It wasn't real great writing, to be honest with you. It wasn't like unlike the Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk actually had an amazing writing staff. It was a good written show.
Has
Talking
there
about the
been
Fall
a
Guy?
rewrite?
What's up,
Yeah, the
Billy
Fall
boy?
Guy. That's it. That was
The Fall Guy. Yeah.
Oh, that's another show we had planned. What about
fucking good show?
MacGyver?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
oh, fuck yeah.
MacGyver was
I
all
liked
right.
MacGyver.
I wasn't a huge MacGyver
I
fan.
thought
wasn't.
MacGyver was cute when I was a teenager. Though,
I wasn't a
so.
huge. I mean, I liked it. Okay, I'd watch
I liked
it
Knight Rider
every-
much more.
Knight Rider was the
Oh,
bomb.
that's one we have.
Knight Rider was the bomb diggity, yo.
Now, what about Airwolf?
I
Yeah.
don't
That
really
looks really
like that.
cheesy.
I don't
And
remember a lot
and
about it.
Hardcastle and McCormick, that fucking car
That was a good
dude
one.
had.
Yeah.
That car was fucking a ball terror, a kit car of
Mm.
some sort, but Jesus Christ, it went like a shower of shit.
Oh, the
Yeah, that
Wild
was-
Wild West.
I don't really remember watching.
You should
that.
watch something like F Troop. That was a fucking funny show back in its day. Bunch
The
of
Lone
fucking
Ranger.
really good actors.
Lone Ranger? Not really. Not for me. Now you want to watch a
Old.
good old show? To me, Gunsmoke. Was
Real
the
Bonanza.
Bonanza's good too, but
Yeah,
Gunsmoke. I'm gonna tell you about Gunsmoke. They touched on subjects that was really taboo back in the day. Like, because this was like way back in the day. They touched on racism episodes and stuff like that, in which a lot
Well,
of
so
people.
did All in the Family.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
was before All the Family, though.
Oh, was it? All right.
Gunsmoke was before All the Family.
Oh, was
You-
that black and white? Is that why I don't know what it is?
Gunsmoke started out in black and white. Actually, Gunsmoke
Yeah,
started
I've
out as a
seen-
show on the radio.
Hmm.
It started as a radio
Damn.
show, then became a TV show. It was at one time it was the longest running episodic TV show
Yeah.
of all time until like I guess The Simpsons is that now, right?
Wow.
Probably.
No, I don't think it's Simpsons. I think it's one of the like soap operas.
Well, soap operas, yeah, but you can't really count them.
Hey, Billy and August.
What's
Remember
up,
on-
buddy?
Now in TV Land,
I'm
they
done.
played old episodes of Gunsmoke a lot.
Yeah.
I've
Here's the
actually
thing. Bonanza though, it had a
Bonanza's
fucking
good.
cast. It had Michael
It
Landon.
did.
It had fucking Lorne Green, which is they're fucking pretty awesome actors. And then the dude that played Hoss was pretty fucking awesome too.
Thank you for the $5, Billy Boy. Says I'm broke as shit, but here's
And
a couple bucks, good sir. Well, we need more.
It
Don't be a meanie.
had the show. Now the character, the way it was cast was probably not the most flattering way, but it had a regular Asian part for an Asian actor, Victor Sen Young, who was his character's name was Hop Sing.
Hop Sing, yeah.
Shit.
No.
It was a good show. It was a good
Yeah.
show, though.
Now, what about the Green Hornet?
No, sucked. It was fucking horrible.
I haven't watched it at all, but
It was horrible. I mean, I love Bruce Lee, but it was fucking horrible, man. It was horrible. It was a horrible show. It was not. It had a fucking horrible plot line in every episode. It sucked balls.
Just watch Enter the Dragon over and over and over
Yeah.
again, and that's Bruce Lee at his fucking some of his finest. That movie,
Yeah, but that
is
stupid ass fucking Hornet show, I hated it.
Magnum
parody-
PI.
Magnum PI was all right. Now I like Magnum PI.
Well, listen. Do you want to watch a dude in cut-off denim shorts get
You
in and out
damn
of a
right I
Ferrari
do.
all day? You fuck. Well, good for you. Yeah,
Tom
that's the
Selleck is a fucking stud, bro.
well, maybe when in the Westerns.
Only he thought he was.
Let's just say he comes across a lot more manly in the Westerns that he's taken part
I
in
don't know.
lately.
I actually like Magnum PI. Though. That's a pretty good show.
I'm pretty sure Magnum PI was a closeted homosexual character.
A-Team was the shit, John Morgan.
Yeah, 18 was
Oh, I've actually.
But here's the
Get
thing
on
about
the feet,
A-Team.
sucker.
Here's the thing about A-Team. It's always tickled me as an adult when I watched it. I was like, fuck. Well, as a kid, I really didn't think about it. But these was military specialists, and they
Yeah.
never shot any goddamn body.
No,
Yeah, I noticed
not
that when
only-
I was younger.
not only that, but the bad guys no one gets wounded.
Nobody.
They
gets fucking-
fire about 600,000 rounds of 7.62 millimeter ammunition throughout each episode. It's like,
And they're
I'm pretty
military specialists.
Yeah. Hannibal's got an Infinity magazine on his AK, so he just hangs it out and just goes.
That's like a fucking
It's
6
like Star Wars, where they never hit anything in Star. Like,
No, it's way worse. Star Wars, you see
Yeah.
it
It's way
blow up
worse.
once in a while. You never see anyone get fucking. I think there may have been one episode where someone actually they portrayed someone dying for the part of the story, but other than that, no one ever got wounded, scratched. I think.
But
the
you
worst
didn't
thing
pay
that happened-
attention. You didn't even think about that as a kid, right?
But everything's exploding still. How did no one get any shrapnel fucking in their back from the
Yeah,
explosion?
it's
Well,
crazy.
there's
Car
no blood
bloody-
in video games when we were kids either.
Well, that's
no, but when I was in
That's
high
what I'm
school,
saying.
Castlevania, I guess, if you turn on the code.
There was blood in games. Mortal Kombat.
yeah, Double
That
Dragon. had
didn't
blood.
come around till a lot later. Like,
I was a teenager.
yeah. I mean, kids. Like, I watched a lot of
Oh.
these shows when I was a kid.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you
but,
a show I loved when I wait a minute, John, I'm sorry, but I absolutely loved when I was a kid. Then when I became an adult, I watched it, I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? Dukes of Hazzard. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Ooh.
But as a kid, I was goddamn amazed
Well, I
by
think
it.
a lot of most guys watched it for the fast cars and the Daisy
Well, yeah.
Dukes.
You know what the ultimate dude movie is, though? Roadhouse.
No, listen, just back to the Dukes of Hazzard. Here's what it's all about. It's all about watching a bright orange fucking car. Don't forget about what's on the fucking roof. That's a mistake. But you're in a car, flying through the air going.
Yeah, but they named it General Lee.
I'm from Australia, so that shit didn't really register to me as a 5-year-old kid. All I
Yeah,
saw was a
of course.
bright orange car with
Fair.
this fucking flag on it. With
It
these
didn't
mad
register to no
motherfuckers going,
kid.
it going, yeehaw,
Yeah.
and the car going, and then you see Roscoe P. Coltrane go, kiki, kiki, and drive into a river. And then you see Enos get out, and Daisy Duke walks up beside him, and it's like, he's the luckiest son of a bitch
God
there. He's
damn,
like,
she
yeah.
was beautiful. She was beautiful. though.
Oh,
Yeah.
wasn't she what? She was fucking incredible. It's like every young man's fucking dream girl was.
Oh
Daisy
God,
Duke.
I
Yeah.
rubbed my little pecker so many times.
There are cut off denim things are now called what? Daisy Duke.
Daisy Duke.
Yep.
Oh, now you can't deny the
There's a whole
impact.
song.
You cannot deny the impact the Dukes of Hazzard had on like
Look at them girls with the Daisy Dukes on.
Television and shit. I mean, they had a huge impact on television history. I mean, it was like one of the biggest shows ever for a long time.
Southerners liked it because they identified with it. Northerners liked it because we laughed and thought it was a caricature of the South. Because we don't live like that up here.
Yeah, but a lot of those old shows,
here,
when my family got Netflix in high school, that was still around the time that most people still didn't have streaming services, and people were mostly using the mail-in. So I actually was like, hey, I guess I'll try it out. And it was when Netflix really didn't have anything good to watch, so they didn't have their original content and shit. Yeah. And I remember my family was making a big deal about me binging the stuff. You're watching an entire season of A-Team in one night, and it's so yeah, they didn't know that was a thing that everyone was going to be doing soon enough. But
yeah.
Well, speaking of Netflix, Netflix have got a bit of a problem. Their subscriber count has nosedived, and so how are they going to combat this? They're going to crack down on password sharing. So they're going to start. They're probably going to roll out a thing where they're looking at IPs, and if your password pops up at different IPs, they're going to fucking go boop and knock off everything. So if you do that, just be aware that the flicks are aware that you.
Well, I would never ever do that.
That's good. I'm so happy to hear that you wouldn't partake in such a atrocious activity, denying Netflix of their constitutional right to make a fucking goddamn.
Well, you
profit.
know, one of the reasons Netflix is dropping in fucking people anyway,
because they've got shit on constantly.
Well, that
it's all fucking garbage.
And there's so many fucking streaming sites and HBO Max.
Inflation.
HBO Max and goddamn, I don't know if people are noticing, but Peacock is getting huge.
Yeah, Disney.
Yeah, I had to get Peacock to watch the Olympics.
Well, Peacock,
we only did it for a month.
And might not be a
They have
fan
free
of it,
version.
but you know what made Peacock huge is when they acquired the WWE network. It made it fucking huge, and now they got money to create their own shows and stuff. And now I like Paramount Plus. I got it because I like a lot of the reality competition shows.
I just got that to watch Halo.
Yeah, well, they revealed what's his name's face in the show.
Oh, Master Chief.
Yeah, they take his helmet off. So
I haven't seen that yet. I've only watched the first episode.
Which personally, I don't give a fuck because I'm not a fan of the game. I don't know.
The story wasn't that big of a part of the game.
Isn't it like Dredd though? You don't see his fucking face. When he was a kid, you see him at training and the conversion of turning him into
I haven't watched it, so I don't know yet. I haven't watched it.
The whole thing of Master Chief is kind of like Judge Dredd. You don't ever see his face. You just hear that iconic fucking voice and the lines that he says. And from what I understand, it's the Netflix one is just fucking garbage. And it does that. Even Prime. The dudes that writing Netflix, it.
Prime.
Oh yeah, Prime, whatever it is.
Well, actually, it's not Prime. It's
Paramount.
Paramount Plus, but I watch it on Prime because I got Paramount Plus through Prime.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
It's just when the writers ignore the fucking goddamn backstory, it's like, all right, whatever.
But Paramount Plus is pretty good. They got some good original shows on there.
Well, in the video games, I only played the first 3, but the campaign, it only takes a couple hours to get through each of the games. And then Master Chief probably has 4 lines of dialogue per game. And there's not really much of a story. It's run in a straight line, shoot your way from point A to point B. So it's it definitely is not a good example of good storytelling in video games.
Well, there was a secret ending in one of the first ones where he takes his helmet off and it's literally just the same helmet underneath it. So yeah, I don't think they should have shown his face, but I don't care. I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah. It's to me, it's just like going, we're going to do a Judge Dredd series, and the first fucking episode, 5 minutes in, Dredd just rips his helmet off like Stallone did and starts strutting around. It's like, it's like all Stallone had to do was keep the fucking helmet on, and that fucking movie would have been about 100 times better with the exact same cheesy dialogue, the exact same goddamn story. All he had to do was keep the fucking helmet on. But
You know what they could have
fucking
done?
do that?
They
Stapled
could
it
have.
to his fucking head. I mean, what?
By the way, real quick, I got a $70 goal tonight. $70. I really need the $70 for a reason, like really bad. So if anybody can help out, I appreciate it very much. $70 is a low. It's a smaller goal, so yeah, need it real bad. So help out. Also, Patreon and all that other good shit. And Racing Girl has huge breasts.
And I'd also
but,
like to add Gorilla Glue. Would that'd keep the fucking helmet on his fucking head?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
No, but in the what was it, the 90s, Dread movie, they probably could have just had Stallone play a different character and had somebody else play Dread, and you could have had a duo, because I know they had, what was it, Rob Steiner? He did, the duo with Stallone.
Yeah.
They should have had Yeah, have...
No. Rob Schneider should never have been anywhere near that movie at playing Fergie. That's not what Fergie was portrayed. Fergie, that's what Hollywood, it's basically Hollywood being shit. It's just like, we'll cast this dude who's got no hope of portraying the character he's supposed to portray because he's friends with Sylvester Stallone. I assume that's why he got the fucking role. But seriously, Sly could have kept all of the dumb, cheesy dialogue and wouldn't have mattered if he kept the fucking helmet on. Everyone would have been pretty well appeased. It's like, well, this is better than no Dread movie. At least he kept the fucking helmet on. But no, and the other thing too is if a judge kissed Judge Dredd, you know what Judge Dredd would do? He would arrest that judge for assaulting a judge and slam them in a fucking ISO cube for 5 to fucking 15 years. Judge Dredd don't fuck around. He definitely don't smooch fellow fucking judges.
They should have had
So that was the two big.
Yeah, they should have had Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren, you mean?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch! Don't you ever fuck up the great Dolph Lundgren's name.
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren.
Loeb Dungren. What's his name? Loeb Dungren? Loeb
My
Dungren.
God.
And then Stallone could have been his sidekick or the bad guy.
Yeah.
How dare you disrespect the great Dolph Lundgren?
No, but I thought the last Dread movie, which was pretty much what was it, Raid Redemption?
No, that was a good movie.
Yeah, I like that.
I love that whole idea of the cities inside the buildings. I love that idea. That stood out to me. That's just a great idea.
100 stories, and it's basically a self-contained community in each tower.
Yeah, I think it's just a great. I think it's a great idea.
Well, it leads to this thing called a block wall. Now, imagine if you're living in one of these communities 100 stories tall, and you take an immense disliking to the folks next door in the next tower. What do? Not a block party, fucking block war. And they basically pull out military-grade weapons and start shredding each other's fucking blocks apart. It's fucking great. And that's what you see portrayed in a couple of things is a block war going on. That's what was at the start of Stallone's movie, was a block war. They're all just hanging, like the buildings are real close to each other, so they're just hanging out the windows going, shooting up the other building. It's fucking great. Welcome to Mega City 1, motherfuckers.
They were supposed to make a Dread television series that continued after the last movie.
Yeah, they were, but I don't think they ever went through with it.
The actor that played Dread is open to doing another role because they didn't expect it to be anywhere near as successful as it was. And at the movies, it didn't do too well. Where it fucking kicked ass was every fucking Dread fan on the planet bought a DVD or a Blu-ray of it. I've got one in my collection. And they sort of went, oh, shit. But by that time, they'd already sold off a lot of the sets and costumes and stuff. So to swing it again, they're going to have to come up. And they've got over 2,000 weekly editions to go back and look for stories. There's just so many good stories you could tell that don't involve Judge Death or anything like that, any of the really weird shit.
And the Judge guns, they pretty much are an all-in-one gun. They have 40 different types of ammo and stuff like that.
5 or 6. There's basically homing, there's dum-dums, and there's rebounding ammo, and what's another one? Incendiary rounds.
No, but Comixology, like I just subscribed to that like a year ago, and I've just gotten into reading some comics. But the Dread comics, like they actually have a decent kind of like little sci-fi verse. Like they got some decent world building there. Like one of the things they have.
It's fucking decades old. 2000 AD. Go back and I just sold my collection of 2000 AD comics. I had about 700 of them. It's just had no, and luckily I did because where I was stashing them, guess what happened about 4 months later? Fucking flooded, so every fucking comic would have been ruined. So they're alive in someone's collection.
Billy Boy called you a MILF.
Damn. Calm down and pay the clock $10 for that.
Yeah, you gotta pay the clock $10. There you go. Red, I said you gotta pay $10. John Morgan, you need to help out with this go tonight, buddy. Don't give me no bullshit.
Got my own.
It's a small goal, John. I love you. Oh, suck your peen.
Whoa.
Okay, I'll donate $20 if Mickey Richards donates $20.
Okay. Why Mickey Richards never donates anything.
Yeah.
That's Timmy that donates.
Well, I don't know where Timmy is.
So if Mickey gives 20, you'll give 100 is what you're saying.
No.
If Mickey gives 20, you'll finish it off and give 50.
Okay, how about that?
Yes.
But only if Mickey Richards gives the 20.
Okay, Mickey, do it, Mickey, for Pimpy. What if Billy Boy does it in his honor?
If he gives 40, I'll give the rest.
Okay. If Raisin shows you her tit, will you give it?
No.
If Dirt shows you his tit, will you give it?
No, I'm good.
Wow, John, I expected more of you.
By the way, Dirt, how's the lovely Danielle?
She's good.
Good.
Where's she at? Why are you hiding Danielle from us?
She decided to not get ready. you know, women Raisin. She's got to put her face on.
Nah, she's pretty all the time.
She is pretty
Women
all
in
the
their
time.
faces.
Raisin, you're pretty all the time, though.
Eh,
You are. I love you.
I need to
Am
dye my
pretty all the
hair.
time?
My shit's all crazy.
I
right
said
now.
I love you, Raisin.
I love you too.
I want to tree you.
Tree, look at the trees.
That was bad, wasn't it?
So bad.
We'll never forget the tree. I tell you what it was, Dirt. I tell you what was going. We were going to the beach house when we were for that pimp gathering thing, right? And
Myrtle
Beach, right? And on the pictures of the house and the yard and all that, there was this tree there. And as a joke, I told her I was going to fuck her underneath the tree. It was a joke. Got there, the tree was a fucking bush.
There was no under it at all.
There was no under the tree.
Wow.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a fun time. It was,
Okay.
Well, some of it was fun.
Speaking of trees, one thing that's interesting in like the Judge Dredd comics is they got like these genetically engineered trees that will like instantly grow fruit and everything in like any kind of environment. So, like little near water. We need to get behind that. Feed the hungry.
Feed the hungry.
Yes.
Did I ever tell you about the time I got robbed in Myrtle Beach, PIMPMUNK?
No, you didn't, Dirt.
Well, I was young and, what's the word? Naive lad in the streets of Myrtle Beach.
Naive lad.
Yeah, and I didn't know anybody down there. I was down there with a couple friends, and somebody stopped us on the boardwalk, asks us for a cigarette, and I'm like, yeah, man, of course, whatever. I'm, probably 15, standing on the boardwalk. Of course, I got a pack of cigarettes. Yeah, so I gave him one, and we sat there, smoked mornings. Go, oh, yeah, man, I like your hat. So you guys smoke? And I've already handed him the cigarette, so I assume he means ganja. So I'm like, I looked at the other guys because I didn't know if they trusted this guy. I was like, I don't know, do we smoke? And they were all like, yeah, what do you got? So anyway, he ends up selling us a little bit of street ganja. Who knows? and then gives us his contact for the weekend. Long story short, he rips us off at an apartment in inner city Myrtle Beach, probably like 20 minutes from the beach. And we handed him the money. He walked away. He's like, I'll be right back. We sat there for like 20 minutes before we started
Never
calling.
cop in vacation town, kiddos.
I know. This is a lesson for everyone who,
Rookie mistake.
Exactly. Like, we should have been glad he didn't take our $20 the first time and run from us. Well, anyways, we ended up doing salvia instead because that's legal in South Carolina, and they can't rob you at the 420 Superstore. So,
well, we had people drive to another state to get weed when we're at Myrtle Beach.
that's the safe option.
Seriously, I'm not lying. These motherfuckers went to South Carolina and got weed and came back. I mean, North Carolina, and came back to Myrtle Beach.
Now, in North
Thank you,
Korea.
Billy Boy, but real quick, John, sorry. Thank you for the 10, Billy Boy. It says $10 because I love all of you, but I gotta go. So, okay, have a good night.
Adios.
Good night,
Que tenga
Billy.
buena noche.
Later, dude.
No, but in
Thank you.
North Korea, weed is completely legal. And it can be found growing on the streets in like Pyongyang and everything.
Heaven on earth.
Yes.
Heaven on earth.
So at least
The
they're making
government
progress
doesn't
in one
restrict
area.
your bodily intake. That's heaven. We've really fallen far.
Ooh, Gage had the salad.
So I got $14.90, $56, right, to make my go. Let's go 70. Ain't that right? 56, yeah. We need 56. Gage, give 100 to make my $56 go. But yeah, we had a good time. I wish we need to do it again. That where we'll have Dirt and John maybe, but John's gonna be cool, man. You gotta be chill, John.
Man, I was gonna say I'd do salvia again, but I don't know if that shit sent me out of my body.
No, I don't want to do no stupid shit. But we had fun. That was one of the rules. One of the rules that we had, though, that I actually made this rule, and everybody agreed with it. No serious drugs was allowed there. It was alcohol and weed.
Oh,
that was allowed, but no trippy drugs. Because then nobody trip out and go fucking crazy and get naked and fight somebody or all that shit. So
you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Everybody's different, and if everyone's like, "Ooh, they're having fun. I want to try it," and then they try.
But there was a few bad moments, like the moment where Landon bought a shitload of alcohol, right? A shit ton of alcohol.
Yeah, he did. It
I
was
mean,
was it 2 boxes?
Yeah, it was like 2 boxes of bottles of alcohol. It was like it was a lot of alcohol. He pulled out one bottle of liquor that was Maker's Mark and said, "This is PIMPMUNK's. Nobody touch it." That was the only rule. You could touch anything else, but you could not touch my Maker's Mark. Well, and then somebody decided to make fucking Irish coffees out of my Maker's Mark. And this bitch got mad as hell.
Why don't I bring my
girl started, wait a minute, John. Started cussing people because
I was like, oh no, you didn't. Because they were like, we can make you so we can spike your coffee, but we poured the rest of the makers out in the other coffees, and I was like, the what? Oh no. I looked at the bottle, I was like, y'all in trouble. That's fucked up. I walked out and they went carried on. I was like, yo, pimp. They drank your Maker's Mark. He's like, they what?
I cuss motherfuckers too.
I went in. I'm like, they don't argue. That's fucked up. You just take it.
I went out there and said, fuck you, fuck all y'all.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But why don't I bring my variety of drugs and we do some gambling, but the kind of gambling that I like to do
with your life.
Play like basketball and football and play some some Mercy and stuff. And
no, we're not doing that.
Have a machete fight.
Because we're not fighting.
Well, I don't go that far. Oh.
Oh.
Well, Joe, a lot of us I would break a hip I'm old, John. And it's like Landon usually comes to these things. You don't want Landon's old ass up there playing football.
Who can jump from this distance? And like, if you have like a beach
Yeah,
where
we don't
there really
do
aren't
shit
any
like-
locals
Yeah,
and you got
John,
a car.
John, have you ever been to a party?
Yeah, this is the kind of shit I do.
You're not the most popular person at the party, are you, John?
Well, we have some fun. Usually, I don't know. You guys seem kind of lame.
What?
God, you don't even want to like get in a long jump contest.
You don't want to go out there and play flag football. You're fucking lame, bro.
No, not flag football. Like, see, I wasn't literally referring to just playing football or basketball. Like, you weren't. You need to find somebody who's got a lot of land or whatever. You get like a. Yeah, you gotta.
No,
you gotta
I want to hear what you want to do with a lot of land.
You put your money down, and you see who's the bigger man, who's going to win in these competitions. Or
if I go somewhere to meet up with people and there's a lot of land, I'm having a bonfire.
Yeah.
And I'm setting up some tents.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have a bar set up out there with some tiki torches next to it. Maybe a pool.
A lynching?
Nice. Not that, unless I mean.
What? Wait.
Wait, what?
Are you offering up John Morgan? Are we
What?
gonna teach him how to have fun or kill him?
But no, John, I guarantee you, John, you'll have
fun on the pain of
you'll
death.
have fun with us. John's the guy that would show up at a fucking swim party and bust out the fucking twister, dude. I mean,
No, I think he'd be fine.
You
want to play Scrabble?
Like the diving boards and the belly flop
What's wrong with
competitions,
Scrabble?
and who, you bet the money. Who's
But
willing
that's
to
not
inflict the
what
most pain on
that. We will not do that in anything that I'm involved in.
Sport competitions, yeah.
Well, you can still bet. You can still bet on it. You have the members that participate.
I got you covered. Here's what you do. All right, you get some of those. You find some postmen that are riding around on those little bikes, and you take their bikes. Right. Then we go and find some pool owners, and we find those. The fucking pool scoops, the really long poles with the net on the end. We just need 2 of those. We're doing some motorbike jousting, right?
Heck yeah, that'd be cool.
A fucking honourable fucking pursuit, and we can
That's
lay
a sport
side
I
wages
could do.
on it, right? It's like honour and integrity. It's the honour of jousting.
I tell you what, John, you want to do something? Okay, we can do what Red Ass said there, but I mean, you can have a punch out. You want to have a punch out with me, John?
Well, I used to do shit like that.
Oh, you do, right?
We get drunk and we play punch for punch. You punch my arm, I punch your arm, you punch my arm, and we just keep going.
That
until
ain't what I'm
somebody's out.
talking about. I'm talking about we'll get out there and punch each other in the face, John.
Well, the problem there.
That sounds like a bad fun time.
Well, my thing is like I don't really feel a lot of pain. So when
I went
to the parties when I was younger, like one of the things they would do is they would have competitions where you take the bottles, the wine bottles and glass bottles, and you'd bet money, and you'd see how many times you could have them smash the bottle on your fist. And I actually did really good at that.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Is this how you got all your money, John? You let the kids beat you up for money?
Yes,
John?
Bill. Yes, they are absolutely okay. Edibles, smokables.
My one friend, he was in college when I was in high school, and his parents were rich. They owned a big plot of land and they had horses. And him and all the other kids and stuff would show up, and they would gamble in bed and get drunk. And that's where I originally did some of the particular drugs people know about. And that's when I got into gambling and stuff. And that's what I did.
Quick change. Hold on, John. Very important announcement. We're changing the jousting vehicle from.
Well, yeah, we did
postie
jousting.
No, wait. But we're gonna find ride-on lawnmowers.
That would be cool as hell.
Yeah. So ride-on lawnmower jousting. You're gonna have a driver, and then you're gonna have the dude hanging off the side of it, holding on to that fucking the stabby bit. I don't know what they
We
call
really
those
do
ones.
need to do this gathering thing, though, another gathering, because
We
I
really
would
need to
love
do
to
the
hang.
lawnmower jousting as
Yeah,
well.
we might do something, but I'd really love to hang out with Dirt, like get Dirt, and John too, yeah, and I know a couple of people that would hang out with us are awesome. Like Gage is a fucking awesome dude to hang out with.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he's just awesome. And I've actually hung out with Gage probably more than I've actually hung out with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Gage just took a few road trips together. We went to Ohio and Pennsylvania and fucking South Carolina, other places too, Nashville. So we've took a few trips together and had fun. He's a cool road trip buddy, and we had a lot of fun doing that. And he's just a cool guy. And of course, Landon, and I don't know who else from the old group that would be there. Would probably be there. Nobody from the old group except you three.
That's cool. I mean,
Because most of them are dicks.
oh,
Whoa.
I mean, shit, some of them turn out to be assholes.
some of them.
And some of them turn out to be like motherfuckers that need to avoid me because I would punch them in the fucking throat if I was there.
Mm.
And Red Eye, you know who I'm talking about.
I have no comment to make.
Well, there's one person that if I ever get around him, I'm gonna punch that motherfucker in the throat. And I swear to God, I don't give a fuck how big he is.
There's one that I'd like to punch in the throat, and the other one I'd like to watch you punch in the throat.
Anyways,
I'd just like to hit Bolin with his dildo a few times. Not that hard. Just
He'd like it
slap
though.
him in
Just
the-
enough that he likes it.
Bolin
You
would
gotta
like
hit
it though.
hard.
Bolin would enjoy it.
know.
Yeah, that's how
I'm
he
trying
loves
to
it.
convey my friendship to him by just slapping him like a little bit of a bitch
He-
with his own dildo.
He disturbs me a little bit. But he was
Bolin
actually,
might
I
show
like
up
him.
if we did something on the East
Bolin
Coast.
might show. Bolin's actually he was actually fun to hang out with. He was just weird, but he was fun to hang out.
Well, I'm
He was-
weird. I don't mind Bolin.
Yeah, but you wasn't that kind of weird. I
Yeah,
mean, the
Bolin-
motherfucker.
I
What
just
about-
didn't
the
show that kind of
motherfuckers-
weird.
The motherfucker showed up with a dildo and ravioli. I mean, come on
Yeah.
now.
Look, Bolin
corn
stick
dogs.
things in your butt weird. That's
know
the
it.
difference.
That's a little fucking strange. You show to meet strangers and you're holding a dildo and a can of ravioli. That's fucking weird.
Just
Prepare.
trying to be strange.
Wait a second. Did anybody give him a cavity search at that party? You don't know what he had in his butthole fucking when he
But-
walked in either.
I
That's
don't
one of the
ask
great
questions
mysteries.
like that,
The
especially after
creepy
people
thing
like
was,
Bolin.
it wasn't. It was an old, crusty looking dildo. It looked like it'd been
It had a
used
weird
way too
spot
much.
on it.
It had a spot on it, yeah.
The moldy dildo.
And
I
I didn't
need
want to
to
tell
ask
him
him
this,
now.
but there was a certain angle said. He don't give a shit now. He got it. There was the person that he was with kind of.
Huh? Oh,
But he fucked you.
No, she.
the can of ravioli wanted to fuck Pink.
The can of ravioli wanted to fuck me. Well, there was
Yeah.
two people that actually wanted to fuck me there. Gage, no, not Gage. Yeah. Anyways, there was some weird. There wasn't but a little weird shit that happened. There was a little weird shit happened, but not a whole lot.
It was-
Have you ever tried playing Russian roulette with like an airsoft pistol?
No, we're not gonna do that either.
With an airsoft. He said it with an airsoft pistol.
Yeah.
Oh, an airsoft. Hey, motherfucker trying to kill somebody.
And that's another.
Oh,
That's another thing.
Wait a
Like,
second.
my one friend, he had like a lot of paintball.
Your
and stuff.
party games are kind of weird, John.
Well, they would gamble like how long would you get shot with like a paintball or like frozen paintball guns?
I tell you
And-
what, next week, by the way, Johnson, real quick, sorry. Next week we are gonna I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I'm gonna set up a Cards Against Humanity game on
Nice.
Wood.
You can do stuff like that on Roll20.
What?
John, I need to ask, did any of your friends' parents ever have the bank foreclose on them because they couldn't pay their gambling debts?
One. Actually, I'm not lying.
How did
But,
How did
see, that's what happens when you have rich kids that are victims of neglect. You give them a bunch of money, you let them just have their Friday night in the middle of the summer or whatever, and there you go. That's what happens First rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club.
Well, kids pick up on behaviors and they basically try and emulate things. So they see mummy and daddy gambling fucking since they were little kids. It's just going to be a natural thing for them to do. It's like what you've described is so unnatural. It's like never seen people at a party like, listen, gonna get this fucking wine bottle, smash it into your wrist, whoever's pissed on that fucking goddamn table last, you get the fucking goddamn bankroll, motherfuckers. Let us begin. Boom. It's like, oh, I've broken me fucking hand. Give me another one, cunt. It's like,
you don't like betting on like the axe tossing and like betting on all the different horses and stuff. And
well, horse racing is a thing, and you go down to what's called the TAB and make a bet down there, and they don't, they're not going to really check your ID if you're in a suburb. They just go, well, you don't look like you go to primary school. Place a bet.
Well, what about like horse surfing?
No, we didn't.
When you like try to stand on the saddle for the longest and
see, Joe, we're not gonna have a horse at this party, at this gathering.
See, you guys
John will bring a horse.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody.
I'll bring some money and I'll find somebody who's got a horse so we can rent.
Those polo horses had to be used for something fucking after game, so the rich kids went surfing on the motherfucking things.
I have decided though, since most of the people that we're hanging out with now are on the East Coast, right? Most of them are. The original plan was to do the second one on the West Coast, but since most of the people around here are, we're probably going to do it on the East Coast again. Last time we did have a ball. We rented a nice house too in Myrtle Beach. We had a great house. Not quite enough room, but
yeah, when you actually bring it to capacity, it's iffy because they count couches and stuff.
Yeah,
places like that.
Yeah, it wasn't quite enough room, but we dealt with it.
I do have an HD projector, so probably bring that.
Oh hell yeah, and stuff like that would be cool to make. Watch them have a movie night and shit. Because during that trip, this is one thing we didn't talk much about. Landon gave a couple presentations that were pretty cool. A safari presentation he gave, a science presentation. On the last night, I did improv for the house. It was pretty funny. It was good too, I thought. And I actually dressed up.
I forget what videos we have. I think everything is on my old hard drive from that.
Yeah.
I have to take a look and see if I can get that.
But we had a good time.
Lexus got a lot of stuff videoed too.
Yeah, I had a bunch of video, but I didn't. I fucking lost it, and somebody got down. I didn't back it up like I.
Somebody messed up the sound during the stuff we were recording in the.
By the way, that's the thing we did. I set up a camcorder right in the room, and anytime you wanted to go in and do a kind of a confessional, and then I would play. I was going to record. I was going to put it all together, put it on a video, but somebody fucked up the sound and it didn't record all the sounds of people. So it was fucked up. But it was a good idea to do that.
Now, what about things tried spelunking or mountain climbing?
Yeah, we're not gonna do that now.
If we were somewhere where we were near something like that, what is wrong with you,
John?
What do you mean? What's wrong with me?
I mean, that's cool stuff. That's all cool shit that you've mentioned, but that's not the kind of shit we would be doing at this gathering.
Are you guys just gonna be like sitting around and there's not gonna be enough? I guess I'm kind of like an adrenaline junkie. So
well, John,
sounds like.
What?
Yeah, it sounds like. But we did shit like we went to the beach, right? And we got
in the bar.
What about like
the bar? We went out to the bar, and we ate a lot of food. And
we went out for sushi, a nice sushi place with Landon.
Look, John wants adrenaline. It's all right. Just set up a reverse bungee jump. So basically, and just at the beach, slingshot him out into the water randomly. Just strap him up and then just.
Yeah, if we go to the beach, you could go on one of those, you could go on one of those things where they drag you behind a boat on a parachute or whatever.
I wanted to do
parasailing.
Well, see, I wanted to take this thing because they had this boat thing, cruise thing. You go out on the ocean or cruise, but you go out on the ocean and they take you. But nobody else wanted to do it with me.
What about ping pong? I was thinking that was something we could all do.
If we have a ping pong table, yeah.
Yeah, we could look at one of those. Oh, what the heck? That always slips the places you rent, Airbnb. You look for Airbnbs with like a pool table or a ping pong.
We're
table.
definitely going to do this.
No,
And I
so
think
you
we
know,
should.
paintballing, not
I think we should do it.
Oh,
you know,
paintball. We'd have to go up the
paintball.
Poconos for that.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. They had a laser tag place there in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Laser tag's boring.
I wanted to go to the Ripley's Believe It or Not thing too when we were down there.
Yeah, we didn't get to do that. So, no, we did go to a very racist restaurant.
Oh my gosh, that place was weird.
It was called Tar Babies. And it was
It's closed now.
Yeah, they closed it. But the crazy thing was they had all these big paintings of a tar baby on the fucking wall, right? Very racist shit. But here's the deal. You look around, most of the people that were there eating were black.
It was bizarre.
But they did some good breakfast. Well, that was some good fucking breakfast.
It was a buffet. We always look for a buffet.
Yeah. What, John?
Oh, but we need to have like an eating competition where like jalapeno peppers and stuff. We need to get some of the like spiciest.
Why is it always
got
going to be a competition, John, with you? It's all
no. Hold on. If we're hanging out and you want to do spicy, I'm in.
Yeah, you
I
go.
agree. I'll slip to the challenge.
I'll let y'all suck my spicy dick.
I'm a fucking beast.
Now,
John mentioned
beer pong. This is probably you could relate to this one, probably, John. We used to do teams on beer pong, 2v2, and if you lost, you had to fight your teammate with the boxing gloves.
Oh, I did that.
Well, I'll tell you what, since John is a smart cat, in my opinion, and he seems like he's very organized, and I know Raisin's very organized, we could get you two get together and find some houses that we may be able to rent and decide where we want to do it. We'll all decide where we want to do it, but like,
we'll be the logistics managers.
Yeah. Raisin, and I think Raisin did it last time. Mostly handled most of
got the
kind.
house, yeah.
Yeah,
We all kind of gotten to hang out together.
Well, you found houses and showed it to us.
Yeah, we were pulling up the site, going
and
through
I think,
together.
I think I pretty much made the last final decision. That's the house I
Use the
wanted.
restroom be right
back. Yeah, it was. I think we should do it again. Yes, Bunny, we are planning another gathering thing eventually, with some.
The first thing we'd have to think about is a list of locations, and then go.
Well, it's like I said earlier, since it seems.
Well, there's a Chesapeake area around where he is that actually has a lot of really good stuff. If you're looking for seafood, there's a lot of different activities to do on the water.
I don't like seafood.
All right. Well, that's going to be in any beach town. Beach towns.
Yeah,
unless there's New York City is something you've been talking about for a while.
Yeah, but most
New York City, we would have
to
stay in North Jersey.
But nobody wants to do New York City with me.
If you ever come up here in Philly again, it's a 3 hour. It's not even 3 hours if you take the train. So we just hop the train up. If you ever want to go up and see New York City, it's not difficult.
I say do Myrtle Beach again. Fuck it.
Myrtle Beach?
Dirty Myrtle.
What about Virginia Beach?
Virginia Beach? I've never been there. Well, I've been through there, but
if we're doing beaches in that area too, there's also Hatteras, Hatteras Island, Outer Banks, all that stuff.
We need a place where they got a lot of mini golf courses.
If we did Outer Banks stuff, everywhere there's a mini golf course at the beach towns. But if we did the Outer Banks thing, they have really nice houses to rent there. They have the Sound on one side, the ocean on the other, and we could take a ferry at the south part of the island. You can take a ferry over to Ocracoke and go see Blackbeard and stuff. Yeah, Ocracoke.
Okay. It sounds like you said Ocracoke.
That's pretty much how it's pronounced.
Outer Banks. Where's the Outer Banks at now?
It's in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And I think it might.
It's islands off the shore of it.
Yeah. You have to take a bridge over to the island, and then
that sounds like a good idea. Well, get us some.
You want to go pirate stuff, and there's an alien ship, a defunct alien ship on one of them weird roadside America.
And if they got some pirate shit, I'd be interested.
They definitely. It's black. That's where Blackbeard lives or whatever. So there's there's a whole that whole island is pirate memorabilia.
Well, I would like that.
Pirate pubs.
I know Cage would be down.
Hell yeah, we can go to pirate pubs.
That's the cool thing about when we like do these trips. I don't have to like when Gage
Right.
goes. I don't have to pay for like train or plane or anything. Gage comes and gets me, and he always comes and gets me, and that's cool. And because we like
You should go to Georgia and then let him go from there.
I've done
That's a
that
long
before.
ride.
I've done that before.
Damn,
Actually,
y'all coming this way? You gotta swing this way, shit.
We will. We did that. We've done that before with other people. I mean, hell, he came from Georgia, went all the way to Jackson, picked up Matthew Ingram, and then came back to my area, picked me up, and then we went and picked up Alexis and stuff. So yeah, we pick you up. Gage is cool with that shit.
What's that?
Doing a road trip with Gage to do this. So we may have decided on Outer Banks, John.
What about beach volleyball?
Okay.
Are we gonna stay at beach volleyball?
What's
We're
that?
gonna stay at beach volleyball.
Yeah, it's
No,
a
I'm saying-
well-known beach, volleyball beach.
No, I'm saying, what about
Beach
playing?
We can
What about
figure
deep
out-
sea fishing?
Well, that's something I'm motherfucking out. I would love that shit.
Danny would not be down with that. She has been
Why
to the
not?
beach one time in her life, and she has a psychological fear of sharks. Always has, like a phobia.
Oh,
But we're definitely gonna
give
do
her
this
something.
Nah, she won't
Just
go on
make
the boat.
yourself look taller when you come across sharks. Yeah.
We're definitely gonna do this again, and I think it'll be a lot
Do
of
what?
fun. I said we're definitely gonna do this trip again. I think it'd be a lot of fun because I know you'd be down to go, John, and Dirt and them would go. We you understand that we actually stayed a whole week when we did this fast trip.
hmm Well, most houses you have to rent them for a week.
Yeah,
It's a minimum week.
and
Or they rent them by the week, like it's a sell.
it was a lot of fun, especially for me. Like me and Raisin would sit out there on the fucking deck until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the goddamn morning. Just me and
Oh,
her.
if we do Outer Banks, their decks are really nice. They usually have front and back. A lot of the houses have hot tubs,
Yeah,
like on the decks, and it's just they're gorgeous. You can do the parasailing and stuff there, John, if you want to do something like that.
and I guarantee you, and you
And
can
that they
ask,
have the speedboats and whatnot that you can take out on the sound. They can rent them.
and you can ask Raisin, anybody who's ever stayed with me. I may be the last to go to bed, but I'm also the first to wake up.
He always makes the coffee too, even if he doesn't drink it.
Yeah, I don't even
I
drink
think
it,
difficult
but
time asleep.
I have an internal clock that wakes me up like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning every time.
Oh, I wish I had that.
I'm glad I don't.
I do actually. I mean, just like even if I go to bed like 3 o'clock, I'll wake up at 5 or 6. It's just
Well,
the way-
August, I don't have a fear of sharks.
August. I like how you said
I've
that.
swum.
August.
I swam with sharks.
I'm not swimming with no fucking sharks,
I've
sounds
swam with
fun.
the sharks in Disney, and
dude. I want to go deep sea fishing now,
yeah, I'm going deep sea fishing in
and I'm gonna make Danielle go with me.
August, beginning of August. Do you get seasick?
For me?
Mm.
I've never gotten seasick. I mean, and I've been on the ocean quite a few times. I've never gotten seasick. So.
Not on a yacht or a cruise, right? Like on an
No,
actual
I've been
boat.
on, yeah. I mean, I've been on like, well, you know, like, ferries and stuff like that. I don't know.
Have you ever been on a boat that pitched when you were going out to
No,
sea?
no, I haven't. Not.
You might want to take Dramamine when we go.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not, we'll see what happens though.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you sleepy, but there's usually a bit of a boat ride out to wherever you're going anyway.
John, if we do that, can I fuck you on a boat, John Morgan?
No.
Can I fuck Dirt on a boat, John Morgan?
Go ahead.
We could go see lighthouses. I could race you to the top of lighthouses, John Morgan.
Yeah, there you go. You have a lighthouse
We can
race.
bet on it.
John, nobody's gonna bet you.
Well, I like the competitions that involve skill. Plus, I also like the gambling component.
One more time, real quick. Please help me make my go. I need $56 to finish the go. Please help me. $56 to make the go.
Drunk rollerblade races.
That'd be awesome, Agent.
I would die. I'm so bad at rollerblades. I could roller skate and I could ice skate. I can't rollerblade.
I'm trying to find a place with a basketball court because I like to play like those basketball drinking games.
Yeah. We'll play beer pong, Joe.
I wonder, basketball court.
We'll play Kill the Australian. We'll bring Red Eye over.
Wow, that's racist.
How's that
Nice.
racist?
It's because I'm an Australian. That's why you're doing it.
Australian's not a
That's
race.
More
That's a
xenophobic,
racism.
actually.
No, it's a racism. So I can confirm that with Mrs. Parker. She'll gladly do that for a small fee. You know?
Apparently, there is a basketball court in Nags Head.
Mhm.
Or you could go down to your local toy store and buy one of those silly ones that you stick on the wall with the,
Yeah,
like the
On the back
plushy
of the door.
basketball. Yeah.
that's what we'll do. We can,
What's the place called again?
Outer Banks or where the basketball court is?
Just buy that and lots of
Nags
Nerf
Head
guns.
Town Park.
Get really big Nerf guns for
well, it's a vacation place, so it's probably got all kind of shit. Basketball courts, all kind of shit.
Whalebone Park. What's that? Oh.
right. And because you're going to be drinking, don't get a regular dartboard. Get
Oh,
one
it's
of
a
those
water park.
dartboards with the Velcro things that you just throw at the little Velcro dartboard, so no one gets hurt.
We get some
'Cause
midgets. and
Do you
stuff.
really want to give John Morgan darts
Mhm.
after
No.
what's been
Wow.
said tonight? It's like,
Ah.
in the game we're going to play is we're going to just throw the dart up in the air and then we've all got to look at the ground and see where the dart lands. If it lands in the back of your head, you got to drink.
No, but
you owe me $50.
I don't know. Like when it comes to drinking stuff, I haven't been drinking since I've had a lot of like I don't know, a lot of the fun games I like to play are not really compatible with my recent like health issues. But
You should try that dart game as like acupuncture for your headaches, maybe. I don't know. Just say, if you get 3 darts in the back of your head and you don't scream, you win.
I'll have to limit
Condoms.
myself
I
to
like
just like to just a couple drinks a night.
Why don't we find some nice, relaxing shuffleboard?
There you go.
No, play some croquet, like civilized
That
people.
works. I like okay.
You know, hold on. That means John will then have a fucking big
Really pretty
wooden
good, that
mallet. No, but he'd have a wooden mallet. He might fucking go ape shit and post it with that. Start bashing people. Let's make the game interesting. See if I can smash your head through this gap. It's like whack, whack, whack. I win $5.
$5.
Get some plywood and who can punch through the most plywood boards.
Oh god, the Cobra Kai challenge.
The Cobra.
And make sure you don't break your hand though.
Except we're going to use marine ply that's 15 fucking millimeters thick. Same stuff they make fucking guitar cabs out of. It's like, ow.
Things to do in the Outer Base. Well,
I'm looking at the same thing.
Well, one thing,
Great minds.
Kayak adventures.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah. Walking tours, which my fat ass ain't doing. man.
Oh, hold on. Let's look for something very specific for John. Is there any companies that need to be audited, maybe?
There's disc golf, John.
What?
Disc golf is cool.
And you can also do aerial tours in the Outer Base. So you can take a plane and do a tour around the Outer Base.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Mhm.
That does actually sound that fun.
Yeah, for the
Oh.
It's not
adrenaline
a
rush.
huge island. It's like a little.
Oh, John,
You
you
know
know
what
what
I
you can
mean?
do? Come to Australia. Here's what they do for fun in Australia. It's like you can go and collect crocodile eggs, but not the normal way. They'll strap you to the bottom of a fucking helicopter and fly along a crocodile-infested river with you just hanging in a harness. And then the chopper pilot goes in and hovers, and you got to go yoink, 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 and grab some fucking goddamn crocodile eggs. Now, it's a bit of a
I
dangerous
see.
pastime because, well, the TV show that was filming had 3 crews out, and one of the choppers crashed. And well, they found the dude that was slung underneath the chopper. He didn't make it. So you want an extreme, get that your pulse rate up. Come to Australia and collect some crocodile eggs. You're literally bait slung underneath a fucking helicopter. Flying over the top of a
You can actually do
crocodile-infested
helicopter tours too, by the way.
There you go. We'll fly down to the Everglades.
Captain Johnny's Dolphin Watch. I would like to do that.
Oh, stay away from the dolphins. We've talked about dolphins before.
No, we need to do like
John, wait. There's a reason they cancelled Flipper, and that's all I'm going to fucking say due to the lawyers warning me about stuff. But they cancelled Flipper for a fucking reason.
This is not a bad place to visit, though, actually.
There was a place called Studio 12 that I was looking for to see if it was still there. If Danielle likes to make cool stuff, like I have a mirror that has you basically have access to all different little pieces of tile and whatnot and tiles, and you can break them up if you want to. Like you go in and you pick what you want to make. Like you just pick the frame for it, and then
She likes making stuff.
Like so you get like a little wooden thing, like bear thing, and then you can go through and they have like the glue and all the different stuff you could possibly want to make it mosaic.
Nice.
And then you just glue all like little glass and tile pieces on and they're cool. I like it. We spent like a half a day there.
This definitely looks like a place that might be fun to do some stuff and hang out.
There's a lot of things to do in the Outer Banks.
Yeah, some of the games that we would play, like when I was younger, like we'd play games, we'd play one-on-one matches of like Smash Bros. Or Call of Duty, and
real quick, if you're looking, John, look probably if we're gonna go down to Pirate Land, I would say try looking around Avon because that's about a good place as far as prices. Avon is nice and it's not too far a drive from the ferry to the ferry.
Yeah, we're gonna look at. I'm gonna keep looking at it, and definitely we need to all get the people who are the people who are really interested, and that's you guys too in the chat room.
Two Guns would probably be interested.
If you guys are interested, but actually, the people in the chat room is a big deal. If you guys want to hang out, that would be the cool time to So we all like me, Raisin, John Morgan, whoever needs to get together and figure out if this is the place we want to do, when we want to do it, and everybody gets.
Are there any dairy farms nearby? You got to take John and go cow tipping.
Yeah, cow tip. Cow tip. Now I've done that before.
You ever been cow tipping?
Cows
John?
are mean. Don't.
I have actually went. I've went cow tipping before.
You better run fast.
I actually have when I was a teenager, and we got out there, and I'm like, this is fucking dumb.
Yeah,
I looked at all my friends. I remember telling my boy Robbie. I just probably should have said his name. I was like, "Hey, Robbie, this shit's stupid. This is some stupid shit."
Hey, cows can be not small. Like, have you ever seen a decent sized fucking cow? Like, those things are half a ton of fucking meat. And they will run you the fuck over, and they will think nothing of it. They don't give a fuck that you're in their way. It's just like, squish.
Everybody sounds like I swear that's a way in Pennsylvania people try to get each other killed. Is by saying that cows can't get up real fast when you tip them over. So dumbasses go to Lancaster and they go cow tipping because they want to be cool and they don't think the cows are going to get up. It's a long run to that split rail fence, boy. You better run fast.
The cow will seek vengeance.
Ooh, yes, it will. And they get up quite quick.
No, but my one friend I told you about, his family owned this huge plot of land in Springville, Maryland, and so they had neighbors that had cows and shit, and I don't know, I felt that I didn't like doing that.
Yeah. All right, guys, I got 15 minutes to make $56. Please help me out. I got to make this. I need to make this, so please help out if you can. Poor cows. Fuck you, August. You don't be giving sympathy to those big cows. Fuck them cows. Fuck them cows.
It's mean.
Well, it is kind of, but they will run over your ass though.
Yes, they will.
No, but at his place, like at the ranch and everything, we'd play games on the projector, and we would bet. So whoever loses.
Are you a gambling addict?
Sounds like it.
Yes.
Well, it was like you took a sip every time you lost. But when you lost, it was also we would have stipulations like the person who beat you, they could slap you as hard as they could and across the face or something like that.
It's just incredibly fucking violent gambling addicts, this whole town.
Oh, it's just
Holy shit. How do they settle fucking goddamn like lawsuits in that town? They just sit around fucking playing Russian roulette or play poker. It's like, if I beat you in this game of poker, you got to give me all your stuff. It's like, what?
Well, it's mostly like the affluenza kids that are unsupervised that
So
just
it's
kind
just
of
the
go
rich-
off and
Little spoiled rich kids.
yeah, they go off, they get in trouble, and then when they have disputes with one another, the parents might sue one another. And yeah, all these kids, they all went to like prep schools and shit like that. I went to a public school, so
That's the difference. That's why you're a psychotic raging beast, John. Instead of expressing yourself normally like through gambling and alcohol abuse, like all of your peers do, you've chosen a different path. That's a respectful thing. You've chosen to build bridges and to just basically think of glorious ways to end the human race with the click of a finger.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone's got to have a hobby. I'm not here to criticize. I'm just the facts.
I think he is here to criticize.
the big reason I hung out with most of them is because I was mostly friends with older kids when I was in high school.
You got to slap them, John,
Yeah, that too.
and smash them in the fist with the wine bottle and stuff, and take their money after you've broken their hands and they're incapable of holding onto it any longer because you've just broken both of their hands with a fucking wine bottle.
Oh, goddamn, John, you're good at this game. Here's $10.
Take $5.
Well, I don't want to dox somebody who's his uncle is one of the part of the McCormick family, which is in Maryland, and
Don't dox anybody, but he's their last name.
well, that's not his last name, but well, that's like saying like the last name, like I don't know, like Gillette. That's like
Get the last name of Brown.
Gates, Bill Gates.
Well, so far in this story, we've basically got the city. Now we've got a name. It's like 2 and 2. Someone Google food that shit.
We'll have a face soon. This guy looks like he'd hang out with John, yeah.
Well, yeah, I was in like
bet you $5 we can find him.
yeah, I was in parallel enrollment in school, and he was older than me, and I was in a bunch of the different classes with him. So yeah, I actually he gave me a lot of connections for a lot of stuff. So one rule,
incriminated.
if you want to be successful, find some rich people you can connect with.
Well, there you go.
And get a good bookmaker that gives you a good line of credit. I'd a line of credit for $5,000 when you started. Betting on the GGs, the dogs, anything that fucking move, place a bet on it.
You're a bad person right now.
Nah, not really. Just trying to make some money. That's all. It's not like I'm ice beside and doing fucking goddamn massive rug pulls on my community, and then totally fucking admitting it. It's just like, what do you think's going to happen to you, sport? It's just like,
Yeah.
do you think you should give the money back? Nah. No, I'm going to look after myself. It's like, oh damn, you just said that on a fucking interview with a video camera and a microphone recording that shit. That channel CoffeeZilla, if you want to dive into this shady world of fucking crypto scamming and NFT bullshit, it's like this cuts through to the chase and just shows you all of these things and lays it out, and they do investigations. What this last investigation they did for nearly 12 months. So they've worked out that what was it, the NFT game with the Axolotl, or whatever the fuck they're called. North Korea stole that 60 million. That was North Korea. They traced that back to. So if you played that game, your money's fucking gone. Bye.
we should vacation in Pyongyang. I think that would be a good idea.
Well, I learned something about crypto yesterday. There's things called stable coins, and one of the biggest stable coins out there right now was created by the same folks that created that company. Who remembers the dude that was running around stage going BitConnect and like a fucking psychotic meth head? Same people created this stable coin. It's just like, oh shit. The world of cryptocurrency is if they fucking pull the plug and it's big fucking trouble. So yeah, I don't understand much about crypto, but what I do understand is like, no way in fucking hell I'm going near that shit now. And NFTs are just like, what? You did what and gave them how much? For what? Like, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy.
Oh, look. I don't get it, but apparently some people see value in this shit. I don't. That's just me, though. I'm a weirdo.
You are a weird bastard.
Like, real estate, precious metals, gems, stocks in a company like Apple, maybe, especially if you bought them like 30 years ago. Imagine if you got on board at Apple at the very beginning and you got a pile of stocks and you just let them sit there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that company is now one of the biggest fucking entities on the planet. They're trying to say Tesla is, but that's just all fucking propped up in paperwork and bullshit.
I had a dude come to me one time like, I want you to invest in this, and you give me, I guarantee you make money back. I was like, bullshit. It was a stupid fucking name anyway. It's called Google.
Yeah, fuck off with that shit.
Yeah.
What was Google had a different name before it, and I forget, but it was kind of sleazy and a bit,
I don't even
know.
What happens when we have advanced quantum engineering where we can convert lead into gold?
Yeah. Good luck in being able to afford that technology to get into your own home. It's kind of like robots. It's like the robots are coming. It's like, have you seen the price of a Boston Dynamic fucking dog robot? Those things are 100 fucking grand a pop.
Oh, now, but what about 50 years, 100 years, 200 years from now?
We'll see. But they said driverless cars were coming 30 years ago, John. I'm still fucking waiting. I've seen one get pulled over by the
taxi
police.
services.
They are getting them.
Yeah, there's a couple different driverless taxi services.
We'll see how widespread they are, because they've got to pass muster for regulation in countries like
And they've had flying DeLoreans for years.
But I mean,
yeah.
Once we get to the point,
time travel, that's all right.
Yeah, but once we get to the point where you could take pretty much any form of matter and convert it into any other form of matter, it's like what happens when we have like megacities with like Buckminster fluorine, the densest substance, and just like every building, every car, everything's just made out of buckyballs.
Buckyballs.
Planet will probably fucking turn into a singularity and collapse in upon itself.
You can.
Yeah, I don't know.
Double slit with buckyballs.
The whole driverless car thing in America it's a bit of a gimmick, and certain jurisdictions are allowing it. But when you start seeing these things just driving around by themselves with no passengers in traffic, still that's a problem. They shouldn't, especially when the driverless taxi. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Waymo. There's two of them.
You not think it's a good idea?
Have you seen the argument?
They've been operating for years.
Hey, we got 5 minutes. John, help me out. Help a brother out, John. 5 minutes. Come on. Somebody.
Okay, brother.
Thank you, brother. John is the uncle of my new baby.
Oh my God. Well, look, there's the loop in Las Vegas that said the whole thing of that was, why are we doing this above ground? Let's take it below ground and there'll be no traffic jams. We'll go and look at the footage of the fucking things in a traffic jam in his fucking loop.
Right.
And look, the Hyperloop company that Branson's running, they just fired half of their staff.
Yeah.
Right. So the Hyperloop vacuum tube one, that's fucked. And the loop technology one, well, that's only going to last as long as dumb cities pay Elon Musk for the prestige of saying, we've got Elon Musk work here. It's eventually Flim Flam Man's going to come unstuck, and it started already with Twitter. And what he did at Twitter, he broke the fucking rules when he did all that shit, and he might get in a fair bit of trouble for that one because the investors that sold all of their shares before he should have made his announcement, but he didn't. All of those people could be eligible for compensation directly from Elon Musk because he pulled a flim flam. And this is just one of many that he's pulled. So they're starting to tug at those loose threads. And just like that chick that was running, what was it, Thanos, or the blood test thing? Where's she right now? Oh, that's right. She's in prison, isn't she? I do believe, or going through the finality of her court cases before she goes to prison for jipping, what was it, $8 billion? She scammed? She scammed a lot of fucking money.
Joey gave 30, so I got 42 now.
Billy asked me to take a shot. I'm sorry, Billy, I have no shots to take, but what I will do is take a massive bong rip.
Because of the
Look at
money
that didgeridoo
thing.
bong.
So I
No,
need
red eye. Didn't they say the same thing about the horseless carriage?
how is that even possible? How did it work out? Okay, that's not
Yeah.
right. I need $20.
I don't know.
$20. Come on, somebody give $20. $28 actually. I got 3 minutes.
Hyperloop's 100
Thank you,
year
John.
old idea. And
No, but I agree. It is a big giant scam. It's not practical at all. The math does not support it.
no, look, go and look at what the Boring Company. Now, that company was supposed to be a tunneling company. You know what they actually were? They sold a really, really big butane torch. And that thing, you could probably buy the exact same butane torch without that logo on it for about a third of the price.
Mm.
He charged $500, and I think he sold 10,000 units like that. Well, he promised that he could tunnel 1 mile in a ridiculously short amount of time. Go and look at how long it took him to tunnel. 1.5 miles was 2 fucking years. All the tunneling experts in the actual industry in Australia laughed at his fucking claims when he came out and said, I could tunnel under the Blue Mountains for you for a couple of bucks a foot. It's like, no, you can't. Piss off.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is, like, with Hyperloop is, like, I guess on paper it's something that can be done, but the problem is that one loose screw, one loose bolt, and hundreds of people are dead.
Yeah.
So even if it's go ahead.
Well, here's the thing: over about a 600 kilometer long stretch, was a 600 mile, the expansion and contraction of the metal ends up being about the length of a football field over the entire length of that track. You're trying to create a vacuum tube that's expanding and contracting the length of a fucking football field over its entirety during the day and night. Unless you bury it under the ground at a constant temperature, which will alleviate that problem somewhat, you still got to deal with fucking rust, oxidization of the metal. That shit, go and have a look at their test track, and in the inside of the fucking goddamn tube, it's rusted like a cunt.
Yeah. Well, it's about that time, people.
Aww.
Yeah. Unless somebody tips $50 right now, I'll go with extra 30, 40,000 minutes. No.
No.
Yeah, no, ain't gonna happen. I need $28 to make my go. $28.
You better stay here then.
Ain't gonna make it. Ain't nobody gonna
How do
do
you
it.
know? You gotta have faith.
I don't have any faith anymore.
You gotta have faith in the people.
These people suck.
Wow, this is
They've gotten you this far.
Yeah. This is how you thank the people that have done it. You'll suck.
Yeah.
Here you are.
I think Billy Boy Blue ought to do it. He can do it. If he does it, Dirt will eat ketchup.
Wow.
With a spoon.
With
Whoa.
a fucking spoon.
I'll take the lid off.
Ew.
I'll send you a jar of Vegemite so I can do the Vegemite challenge. Yeah. Yeah.
Vegemite
You will make
should be
that
illegal.
sound very often. That's the sound you'll make as you taste the Vegemite. It's like,
Do what now?
Marmite.
Tip $28, Billy Boy Blue. Or 30. Or 40. Or 28 though. No.
No,
$3.50.
No.
Need $3.50.
I want to suck lemonade out of your belly button, Raisin.
Whoa.
belly buttons are weird.
I want to tongue your belly button.
That's pretty gross. There's lint
No,
and
it's-
stuff down in there. And,
It's
oh,
really, really, really gross.
It's
The
not
stuff
gross.
gets trapped in there.
Gross.
It's not gross.
It's gross.
You're
It's
sucking
weird. That's like sticking tongues in ears or weird other places, armpits and butt cracks.
I'll stick my tongue in.
Shaming reason.
I'm saying that's not for me. I'm not trying to.
Bitch, it is now.
oh, dude. Oh, I have Vegemite and ketchup on toast. It's fucking great.
That sounds quite disgusting.
It's fucking awesome. Fuck you. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not judging you, Rick. Calm down.
I like Marmite on toast.
If you like stick
With
your
butter?
dick in somebody's like ear or belly button, is that rape without their consent?
What?
Wow. How do we go from Vegemite to that?
Well, before you were talking about belly button stuff.
But now we're talking about Vegemite, which is a far more serious matter, and you try and revert back to belly button sex. Oh, you're gross, John. Weirdo. Wow.
You wouldn't have belly button sex anyway.
I wouldn't. I'm just wondering about the legality.
See, August needs fucking counselling now. He's freaked out. He's freaking out. He's like, what? He's freaking out, John. Why'd you freak August out about belly button sex? Like pounding the belly button with your pecker. That's wow.
With your pecker.
Weirdo.
Just the way you said it with your pecker.
With your pecker.
Pecker.
Put your pecker away, John.
All right,
Keep it
we're
away from
gonna
that
go
belly
because
button.
Billy Boy doesn't like me. Billy Boy hates me. And we're no longer friends.
Oh, we can't go.
I'm so
August is
negative,
freaked out.
Billy.
Got to
You
stay
freaked him
here
out.
and calm August down with our soothing, calming voices.
August.
All right, we're going.
What? No, we can't.
We'll see you guys later. Thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate you.
I don't want to go.
Still
Don't
love you,
wanna